The citizens of Taiwan, St. Lucia's most supportive ally, go to the polls on Saturday, 13th January, to elect a president and parliamentary representatives. Taiwan's upcoming elections are being closely monitored the world over, but particularly by its neighbor China, who's accused of seeking to influence the outcome of Saturday's poll, much to the disapproval of the United States, which is Taiwan's main backer and supplier of arms. During last November's summit between China's President Xi and US President Biden in San Francisco, President Biden explicitly warned Xi against interfering in Taiwan's elections. China's communist leaders have laid claim to Taiwan despite having never controlled the island of 24 million people. China's leaders have repeatedly stated their opposition to the incumbent party, framing the upcoming poll as a choice between, quote, war and peace, prosperity and decline, unquote. China's President Xi, in his New Year's address, again warned that the reunification of Taiwan with the mainland remains a top priority, which will be achieved, he says, militarily if necessary. President Biden, in a departure from America's stated position of strategic ambiguity in relations with Taiwan, has said repeatedly that the United States is committed to defending Taiwan in the event of an invasion by China. So, who are the candidates seeking to succeed President Tsai Ing-wen, who can no longer contest because of term limits, she having served as president for the past 8 years? The front-runner in this keen contest is Lai Ching-te, the current vice president from the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, which is a champion of Taiwan's de facto sovereignty and separate identity from China. Lai describes himself as, quote, a practical worker for Taiwan's independence, unquote. Lai is not liked by Beijing. He is labeled as a war maker and a destroyer of cross-strait peace. Lai's main challenger comes from Taiwan's main opposition party, which favors closer relations with China and calls for peaceful relations with its neighbor. The third contender, Ko Wen-je, comes from the recently founded Taiwan's People's Party. He is said to be popular with the young voters in particular and is seen as a fresh alternative to the two dominant parties. The government of St. Lucia is monitoring the elections closely, not surprising given the strength of its ties with Taiwan. St. Lucia, like the 11 other states with diplomatic relations with Taiwan, may be hoping for the outcome of Saturday's elections to be business as usual. Stanley Lucian for the HCS News Force.